everyone, it's Heidi with the Usborne Experience. As the holidays approach and you're thinking of special gifts to give those special kids in your life, I wanted to present to you one really nice option, and that is our Usborne Illustrated series. We have, dozens probably, of different illustrated hardbound books for your kids and maybe even some of your adults. So I shouldn't say all. Most of these books are $19.99 and they are all puffy hardbacks. They have like the nicest feel to them. They're nice and shiny. And they all come, this one I have not used the ribbon yet. They all come with that really beautiful ribbon that makes them just that, look at that. Oh, that extra special keepsake. All of them have the neatest bindings. Look at that, on a shelf. I always showcased my books when I was young. I loved them so much. But on a shelf, how beautiful are these books? And we have so many in the series. This one is Hans Christian Andersen Fairy Tales. This is Grimm's Fairy Tales. My two-year-old, because most of these are for 7 and above, my 2-year-old loves this book. The illustrated stories of horses and ponies. We've been loving reading this one at night. I also really love the illustrated stories from Aesop. Look how beautiful those pictures are. Look at those illustrations. And each of them has so many stories in them. It does vary by, it does vary by book, but look at all the stories in this book. And I love that this one, and there's even more, look at that. I love that it breaks up the Aesop one by lessons, like learned, pride, trickery, greed, quarrels. Really good if they're having some issues at school or you want to teach them a little something. They're just really, really beautiful. And at the end of each story, this one is the moral. I love this book. This one is awesome. This one is the Usborne Illustrated Classics, Huckleberry Finn and Other Stories. Look at how thick that is. And look at how beautiful. They just have such a beautiful feel. So this one has a lot more illustrations throughout. You can see the text is a little bit smaller. Lots and lots of illustrations. Each one of our illustrated books kind of has its own personality. Some have chapters, some have just shorter stories, some have more pictures, some have less pictures. As you saw in Aesop, the text is a little bigger. In Horses and Ponies, there are less pictures and more text. So they're all a little different, and if there's certain ones that you want to see inside of, this is Grimm's. You can always just shoot me a message and I will show you what I can find. This is Hans Christian Andersen. All at the same reading level, whether it's more pictures or less pictures. All same reading level. And then my favorite, I love the illustrated fairy tales. This one has, look at, even the table of contents is gorgeous. Sleeping Beauty, The Emperor and the Nightingale, one you don't hear of that often, Beauty and the Beast, and these aren't the Disney versions. They are a soft version of the real, fairy tales. The Dragon Painter, The Frog Prince, The Elves and the Shoemaker, Little Red Riding Hood, Cinderella, The Swan Princess, and The Emperor's New Clothes. Look how pretty that is. This one tends to have a lot more illustrations in it than some of the others. Look at that, illustrations on every page. Think of how magical this would be on a Christmas night to read, or even if you spend the whole day after Christmas, Hanukkah, or whatever it is that you celebrate, baking cookies and playing with games and reading books. Look at that. Oh my gosh, what a great way to celebrate the holidays. So you can get these books and more at my website, www.theusborneexperience.com, and you can find me on Facebook, and hopefully you have found a great idea to give to that special child in your life. Happy holidays.